Good morning, Crypto4Life family. I see Liz in the house. How you doing, Liz? Anthony Wanner. The greatest way to start your day is with your brother, Six8Jay. Before we get started, let me make sure that I always remind people that I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I talk about should ever be considered or deemed financial advice. I'm just documenting my journey in the evolution of money. Ain't that right, sis? Liz knows. Anthony Wanner knows. Guys, where are we at right now? We're just going to get right into it. We have a market cap of $1.06 trillion. Bitcoin right now at 26,437, which I'm going to be honest with you guys, that's, in my opinion, that's pretty strong. Let me see here. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I think one of the big resistance doing good. Hope you had a nice Father's Day. Thank you so much, sis. I sure did. Sure did. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Definitely had fun. You know, the tradition of go out to eat, all that good stuff. So yeah, it was definitely great. Got to hang out with my queen, with one of my kids. So it was definitely great. And then, you know, all the kids, hey Dad, happy Father's Day. I think that, if I'm not mistaken, I think 26.5. I think that was the support level. If I'm not mistaken, let me open this up real quick. I believe the support that we needed to try to stay above is 26.5. Okay. And I think from what I understand here, let's see, we got up to 26.5. We came down. That's obviously, there's a support there. We came down, you know, and then Bitcoin popped up above it again very briefly. So it's testing that, but it's getting rejected. So, I mean, obviously, if we go back here, we can see where, yeah, we're having we're testing at 26.5. You can see right here, we got over it, came back down. Over here, we touched it again, came back down. So that's a resistant area. If we can break past that and hold above that, Liz and Anthony Wanner and all you guys who will be watching this, that's the key. We got to stay above that 26.5. If not, then expect further downside. Okay. If you want to know where we could possibly go, one of the guys that I always recommend you guys follow is my man Crypto Savvy over at Crypto Savvy 1. Let's see what he has here. This is, I mean, he's got, I mean, if you look at these levels, Bitcoin, and you know what, a lot of times people have a hard time looking at this, but when you understand the way he's charting this out, guys, it just makes sense. As we look right here where we're at now, so every time you see that we have a up pump to the upside, you can see where it's followed by a downside retracement. You can see up, down, a little small pump here, down. We had a nice little, you know, where Bitcoin's been kind of holding its own here, and look right here. So if we have another, you know, if we copy what we've done here, we can actually have a pretty decent retracement, which might take us back down towards that, you know, get back down to like 24, 3, 2, and further, depends. But look at what he has here. So you can see it as we've been going up. Every time we were going up, we were coming down a little bit lower, high, a little lower. So, I mean, if I was to look at this, I mean, people look at this and say, man, 9,600, there's no way. I mean, the thing that I always try to equate, Big Bro Tim, what's up, family? What I always try to look at is what's the market sentiment right now? And right now, there's so much fear. There's so much FUD, which is fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And fear, a lot of times, the acronym for fear is false evidence appearing real, but this is actually real evidence appearing real. And the part that worries me with that, so what would that be? Real evidence appearing real. Rear. So instead of fear, rear, like you might need to rear your butt up out of some of these investments. You just don't know, guys, because like I said, when I think back to Crypto Savvy's predictions back in 2021, we were at 68,000. He was talking about further downside. You know, he didn't know Luna was going to happen. He didn't know Celsius. He didn't know specifically FTX or that Gary Gensler would attack crypto the way Operation Choke Point 2.0. We knew certain things would happen, but I think what it was is that he really understood the fact that it wouldn't be hard to hit all those. No, it wouldn't, Anthony. You're right. That's what I'm saying. Like, and the point I was trying to make is he was comparing it to the .com bubble pop. And a lot of people are, .com bubble, that's different. No, what he was basically saying is in our industry, we have not had a real bear market or a bubble pop yet. And a lot of times that comes with negative news. It comes with scams. It comes with corruption. It comes with, you know, all those things. And that's what happened with the .com bubble pop. It didn't just pop because, it's a bubble. It popped because of all, incumbents of all those things. It was scandals. It was bad actors. It was all those things. And here in crypto, we had the same thing. I mean, some horrible things that happened. And even though Bitcoin has shown us resilience, I still say, and a lot of people are saying, that what's going on right now in crypto is worse than Enron, is worse than the Bernie Madoff thing, is worse than FTX, is worse than all that, because you got our government, not a character, not a company, not a someone trying to one particular person. You've got our government, and I'm sorry guys, but I know I'm no fan of Gary Gensler, but he is a person that's over a body, which is the SEC, but it's controlled by someone higher above him, probably even several people, and they're all getting rich off of what he's doing. They're all getting rich. Like, that's what the last 24 hours, 48 hours of me studying, that's really what I've been seeing, is the fact that, and I hope you probably guys can hear the lawn being cut. My apologies. Just bad timing. But what I'm seeing that's really consistent here, guys, is, and I saw this video where this guy was interviewing, I believe it was John Deaton, and he was saying how a lot of these guys are getting paid. They purposely crash the market. China's done it for years. Think about times where China, crypto, we're banning crypto, and then the market, I'm talking about in the past, where the market has failed or has crashed, and all of a sudden they implement, we're getting back into crypto. I mean, you know how much manipulation goes into that. You know how much trading against the news of what they're actually doing. They're creating these dips and buying in, and they're making, oh my God, hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars. I mean, because it's like when you do something and you see that it affects something. It's kind of like if I hit a glass with a hammer, it's going to shatter. And after you do it so often, you say, okay, well, when I hit that glass again, all the water's going to spill out. But if I get another cup and fill, it's like a game. And they see that bad news and talking negative towards crypto has tanked it many times. They've been doing this since probably the inception of crypto. And so nothing's different other than the fact that they want to make more money. They're greedy. They've been doing this forever. And now when you look at what's going on, good morning, Beekeeper69. When you look at what's going on with America, how do you go from one moment, and these are the things that I try to make sense of, how do you go from one moment getting in front of the committee and saying, well, I need special approval from Congress to do this, and we need more funding. And all of a sudden, just literally like a month later, you act on everything you said you needed permission from. So either you got the permission and Congress and the government's acting stupid, or the majority of those committee members are not part of this little small circle. Maybe it was started by our current president in conjunction with Elizabeth Warren. I mean, come on, guys. You don't think they have these? Hey, we need to have a meeting at the White House, a special meeting, one of those special side meetings where it's kind of like like in basketball. Back in our day, we had when you played back in the day when the Chicago Bulls used to play, and they had the Detroit Pistons. The Detroit Pistons would have private meetings about how to go out there and hurt players. Like, hey, we need to go out there and we're gonna knock Michael Jordan we're gonna hit him in his jaw. Bill Laimbeer is gonna sock Scottie Pippen. Joe Dumars. They were dirty. The Pistons were known as a dirty basketball team. There's a lot of teams that played rough, but they were specifically out to hurt people. They would slam Larry Bird to the ground purposely to hurt him, to take him out of game. And it was just a way more physical game. I mean, I was watching some highlights yesterday where these guys were literally socking each other in the jaw in the middle of the game, and they would just go to the bench, not get fined, not get kicked out of the league. But and then it became obviously they got fined and stuff. But it was brutal. It was like basketball was a lot like hockey in many cases. The point I make with that, the analogy I'm trying to use, is I think there's a special group of people that's higher than Gary Gensler. I think we all know this by now. And this has gone on back, before Gary Gensler. Obviously, Bill Hemden was a part of that special group. And what I found, guys, which is really just disgusting, is that this special group is manipulating the market so much and have been in bed with the enemy. Now, I'm not saying specifically China is our enemy, but when you're in cahoots with a country that's not supposed to be influencing our country at all, but you're willing to allow them to influence our country by number one, deeming Ethereum not a security, knowing that they have strong ties in China, that the Wang Zhang company, or whatever it's called, Wang Zhang company, had bought the majority of Ethereum. So much power in Ethereum that some people think that they actually are the majority shareholders in Ethereum, and that Vitalik is actually on their board as a serving member. He may not even, he's probably just a face so that you don't see a Chinese face. He's a face for Ethereum, guys. And then they let this company that comes in, the same Wang Zhang company, goes in and funds 28 million or 26 million to a company called Prometheum, promote Ethereum. Prometheum, and Prometheum, strangely enough, when nobody else can get in front of our Congress, their head guy, this idiot that looks like the guy from I can't think of his name right now. I don't have all that pulled up because a lot of this I'm storing in my head. But he gets to sit in front of Congress and talk about what's best for digital assets. But then also goes on certain news channels and goes, XRP should be deep secure. XRP should be. Everything should be. And even says that if XRP loses, then everything is going to be a security and they will help determine what's not. I'm like, who the hell are you? So this it's the same Wang Zhang company that basically owns the majority. They're a partner in Prometheum, guys. The father and sons that are the CEOs, they're just the faces, just like Vitalik Buterin. But when you've got that much money, do you guys understand how in debt we are to China? You understand how much money we owe them? They literally own America. If you really want to put it that way, in debt, they really own America. And what side deals are we cutting? Think about if you owe somebody money. Hey, just give me this. Hey, we're going to do this. You could be a part of this equation and we'll kind of make it sting a little less of what you owe us. I mean, I'm just telling you guys, it's horrific. ETF season. Let's F and go. Dutch XRP, what's up, my brother? Dutch is in the house. XRP, that's what we're talking about. So, guys, you guys got to understand, all this stuff, everything that's happened, has been a direct reflection of an all-out assault on XRP. Do you guys understand that? It hurts my heart in so many ways because even when I look at Brad Garlinghouse and Joe Cass and just an incredible team and all they got, listen, I hate to beat the bandwagon, but you name one thing that's bigger. See, here's the thing, and I'm not going to apologize for this. I want you guys to understand something. There's nothing bigger that's being talked about in crypto than the XRP SEC lawsuit. Nothing. If you can name something besides BlackRock trying to get approved for a damn ETF, so what? JP Morgan, who gives a damn? They're all part of the narrative. They're all part of the corrupted equation. This is about allowing the few to get wealthy. This is about basically stagnating, right? Putting Ripple in a lawsuit that stagnates their growth, hinders a lot of multi-billion-dollar partnerships that they could have had, which I'm not saying they're not doing that now, but they slowed the system down. Ripple is trying to grow against the tide. You ever see anybody go against it? They've got crazy commitment. They're committed to the ecosystem. They're committed to the XRP investor. They're committed to what they went out and built. They spent almost $200 million, give or take, on this lawsuit fighting. But they're going against the tide, man. And they're going against the tide. And it's just crazy to see the type of corruption that they're dealing with, guys. And meanwhile, what it does, it allows people, let me go back here. It allows people to come in. It allows these companies like Prometheum, like JP Morgan, with their who would have ever known that they would have been in the same space as XRP? That's why they slowed down. This is all part of a bigger scheme, guys, with Gary Gensler, Elizabeth Warren, Wang Zhang, the Chinese company, Prometheum, all these guys. It's just one big old deal of corruption. And all the Hinman emails did, I've been watching people say, well, the Hinman emails didn't really help anything. Yes, it did. I mean, I guess in a sense that our government has always been corrupted, that they've always manipulated the market, that they've been doing this with stocks. I was watching an interview when this guy was talking to John Dean. He says, man, this has been going on forever, even with stocks. They've been manipulating the market with stocks. Gold. This is not new. For anybody that's shocked, it's because you really don't understand, because you've been caught up in the damn matrix so long that you don't understand what these people have been doing. They've been doing this forever, guys. While we go out there and we make a hard living and we do things to try to raise our family, they are manipulating the market. They've been doing it forever. Gold, stocks, and now crypto. So this attack, this Operation Choke Point 2.0, is nothing more than an attack on crypto to hold back XRP's growth while they let JP Morgan and a lot of these other institutions go out there and steal the business that they've been entitled to. You know, I heard one guy say XRP should be the number 2 asset right now. I was looking at this guy, and he goes, right now, the number 2 asset in the world, if XRP was left alone, would probably be, without corruption, without favoritism from all this bull crap that's going with China, it would probably be the number 2, at least number 3, but for sure, at the time that they attacked it, it was number 2. It was Ethereum's, competitor. It is what it is. Knowledge is power. That's all we're talking about. Guys, and I can sit here and talk about all the, you guys want to talk about VTHO, you want to talk about Shiba, look, we could talk about anything we want to talk about, but I'm not here to be a hype boy, I'm not here to be a moon boy. I'm talking about what's really going on in the world right now. There's nothing greater than the XRP SEC lawsuit because it helps determine where we go. Do you understand that? I feel like Chris Tucker in Rush Hour. Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? Remember that? Rush Hour with Jackie Chan? Do you understand the word? Because if XRP was to lose that case, it would be devastating. Do you understand me? Gary Gensler would get on his little throne that's built on Shikaka crap, right? Shikaka is another word for SHIT, right? But I don't want to say that. But on his throne full of Shikaka and with his what is that little thing that gosh, the little pitchfork thing that the guy from underneath the ocean. Oh God, I just watched that movie. Damn it, the Little Mermaid. What was his name? Zeus, not Zeus. What was the guy underneath the ocean? I can't remember his name. But he was sitting there with his little pitchfork in his hand, with his little devil horns, to say and literally say, "What I say goes." We win, and I think that would be horrible for the crypto industry and all these other. Dutch knows what I'm talking about. Dutch XRP knows what I'm talking about. Thank you, my brother, for the support. Right? He knows what I'm talking about. It would be horrible for crypto. So while everybody wants to sit here and, can you talk about this and talk about, look, we could talk about a lot of different things. But a lot of these projects, you got to understand, first of all, 90% of the projects that are here will not be here tomorrow. I promise you that. They've been saying this crap since I got in 2017. 90% of the projects won't be here. You need to understand that. And some of these projects will be the projects that you're dependent on so greatly to get you to the next level. Let's just keep it 100. I know this is not Saturday keeping it 100 with Six8Jay and my guests, but we're going to keep it 100. That's just what it is. A lot of these projects that I believe in probably won't be around tomorrow. And a lot of that will be decided. The chances for some of those projects that we all love, the chances will be better if XRP wins. You guys understand that? Because if not, how many projects do you guys think has that kind of money? XRP pay a Ripple, should I say? I keep saying XRP. Ripple paid almost $200 million in this fight for 2.5 years to fight a fight that that's corrupted. To fight a fight is almost like when you look at boxing, which everyone has their opinion. I think that's a sport that's somewhat corrupted, right? In many aspects. Some of you guys might agree with that. Keeping it 300. That's right. At the end of the day, it's like someone telling XRP, "You're going to go down in this fight. I want you to take a dive against Ethereum." And they're like, "What? No. Like, you're talking about?" It's like telling an 18-year-old Mike Tyson that. And they're like, Brad Groundhouse is like, "Hell no, dude. We're powerful. We're knocking people out. We got all these great partnerships around the world. Everybody wants to use it. We can send $700 and something million in 3 seconds for 1 cent, for less than a penny. Are you serious?" And they're saying, "We want you to take a dive." And they're like, "Hell no, we won't go. Hell no, we won't go." So what they do, SEC said, which was like the boxing fight, "Really? You are not going to take this dive?" Okay. So what do? Huh? What did they do? They get together, they go to the other fighter, Ethereum, and say, let's put this thing together where we destroy the boxer. We try to make it impossible for him to win. And in that equation, what they do is they put some of the, I don't know what's that, I know some of that movie, what's that movie with, I can't think of the guy, where they spike the water, and then the guy drinks the water, and all of a sudden he's dizzy while he's fighting. Huh? And that's what they made XRP dizzy in the fight, and the dizziness came with the lawsuit. They spiked the water. XRP was sitting there like an 18-year-old Tyson ready to knock somebody the hell out. And they spiked the water. And what it did is it hindered XRP from being all they could be. And they're still doing it. They're still trading insane. They still got crazy partnerships all over the world going. But could you imagine that happening right here in the good old USA? And they spiked the water. XRP is an American fighter. They spiked the water for a guy who's not even from our country, who's being backed by China. And then they got the judges. They got the judges paid off. One of the judges was Bill Hemmon. They gave him $15 million. The other judge that they had behind the scenes is that company Wang Zhang, who's in cahoots with Elizabeth Warren and all those guys. The SEC corrupted, dirty. They're the rest, actually. They're the rest. And then that last judge is somebody we never heard of. We're like, who the hell is this judge? Prometheum. Who the hell are they? Who are they to judge this fight? Who are they? They're nobodies. It's like having an Olympic ice skater judging a boxing match. Are you serious? Matter of fact, how about a slick Rick con man? We're going to let him be a judge, but he doesn't know anything about fighting. Can judges be influenced by the government? Hell yes. Hell yes. That's exactly what's going on. Because we remember just a month ago, Gary Gensler was in front of the committee saying he needed funding and permission from Congress. Where did he get that permission from? Where did he get that funding from? Where's he getting all? You can't tell me one man can make all those decisions and have no consequences. When you sit there and you got these high, powerful people asking you questions, and you're like, well, the way we do things, the way I'm thinking about a Snickers. What's coming on TV tonight? I mean, that's literally how he was answering the questions. It was horrific. We're going to move on. I'm just pissed off, guys, because the level of corruption is so crazy. It almost makes me feel like, how can you have all these people locked up for, and I'm not talking about like murder, so that's, yeah, definitely that, and if you're doing malicious things towards people, children, whatever, you're gone. But how do you get these people for these white collar crimes like money laundering or stealing money or whatever? I mean, you might as well just tell them to pay it back and leave them alone, because that's what y'all won't even pay it back. Why are people serving year sentences for this crap? It's like you're putting people. We have a system that prosecutes people for doing the same damn thing that the SEC, Elizabeth Warren, and all these guys are doing. Bill Hemmon. All these guys. You think he's the only one that's ever had his pocket padded? He's the only one that made that dumbass speech that led back to his pocket getting padded. Hopefully, and here's the thing. Animals in the house. What's that? Animal. Dutch XRP. I hope that Judge Tory, that's what it really comes down to right now, guys. That's the narrative. Let's get through this real quick. Right now, again, we got Bitcoin. I'm going to go back to this. We got Bitcoin at 26.4. We've got Ethereum at 17, and it's hard for me to even look at Ethereum knowing that they're where they're at because of corruption. You know what I'm saying? Like I had Ethereum. I just sold all my position in Ethereum. I'll put it on the sidelines. I don't believe in a company that has to win. I don't care if you're number 2 or not. A company that has to win for cheating. A company that CEO Vitalik Buterin, who's sitting on the board with Wang Chang, the same company that put Prometheum in existence, the same company that controls the majority of Ethereum, that you sit up there and say XRP or Ripple was full of crap, and they're trying to represent he called it a shit coin. That's literally what he called it in this deal back in 2018 or something. Their stupid shit coin, and he went through all this stuff. And he said that what their conspiracy theories that we have and Bitcoin is somehow colluded with China. That's exactly what's going on. That's exactly what's going on. Exactly. If you ever want to catch a liar in a lie or a cheat in a cheat, they'll tell them themselves by denying the very thing that they're doing. Hey, honey, what'd you go to? I am not seeing someone. That's exactly what you're doing. That's exactly what you're doing. Hey, honey, I'm not. That's exactly what you're doing. I'm just saying, guys. I'm just call it what it. Keep 100. All right, keep 100. So Ethereum, not a big fan of it. Not anymore. BNB is at 240. We got XRP at 48.96, flirting with that $49 price range. We've got ADA at 25 cents. Doge is at 6 cents. We've got Solana at 15. Guys, look, a lot of this stuff is the same. A matter of fact, Polygon is a bit down. You got it back almost. Good Lord, can you imagine 2 for $1? That's incredible. Polkadot might see, get back underneath that $4. Maybe we'll see us at 447. We've got Shiba at, what is it, 5 zeros and a 7. We got AVAX at 1127. We got Cosmos Atom at 843. Chainlink, that old stinking link, is at 506. I love Chainlink. It's just a little inside scoop with somebody else I know. Uniswap is at 441. We got OKB at 4116. We got XLM. XLM heading down a little bit, just a bit. It's at 7 cents. We got ICP at 389. We got Filecoin at 361. LDO's at 173. APT at 684. We got HBAR at 4 cents. Chronos at 5 cents. There's some news on Crow. Matter of fact, there's something that I saw on Crow. I don't think I posted it, but I saw it and I was like, whoa, what did this say? And again, I don't want to throw any FUD up, but it was it's on Twitter somewhere, and I didn't even want to post it because like people are like, he's funny. I got such a big position in Crow, but I got to keep 100. And basically what it said is it said Crow has been accused of inside trading. And you know, look, I don't say that to be mean or because look, I got a buttload of Crow, and I do not want to hurt my Crow bags, but I will not sacrifice integrity for growth. So I saw it, and I was in the midst of trying to get on because I almost didn't make it on the channel. Not make it, but on time. And I saw this article, and I looked. I said, "Oh my goodness!" And then I looked at my time. I said, "Shoot, I got to get on." So I didn't share it, the article, but it's in there somewhere. If you guys want to go through, skim through, and it could be FUD. It came from an actual reliable publication. It wasn't like somebody saying it was from a publication, and I just skipped past it. I was trying to see if I can maybe find it, but so I can share it with you guys. But yeah, who knows? If I find it, maybe I should. But you know, again, I don't want to put too much light on other than the fact that it does exist. It does exist. So I'm not gonna, because I'm into something, I'm not gonna sugarcoat. You know, like it's like if XRP earlier sales could be deemed securities. Now, whether it's not, I would beg to differ that there was no regulatory clarity. It's kind of like Brad Garlinghouse said. He says, you know, I sat down with Bill Hemmon, and I can't think of the other gentleman over at the SEC, and he goes, I didn't even have a lawyer present. He goes, but I sat down and I let them know, I opened up everything, told them everything about who we are and what we're doing, looking for some type of feedback. And they just sat back, they didn't say crap, and they let me go, and then they filed the lawsuit. Oh, XRP is by far Dutch. Here's the reason. Besides, of course, Bitcoin. Because I invested in Bitcoin. I'm invested in a lot of different crypto. I've got a pretty diverse portfolio. XLM, XDC, just so many different things. Crow, blah 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 blah. But I would say, other than Bitcoin, because of, you know, you got countries already adopting it and things like that. XRP has the most, in my opinion, the most potential because of what it serves, and the fact that I think it has a 1 to 2 year head start on the rest of the industry. So that one thing that has been negative in them being brought up in a lawsuit, you know, they're coming to an end when most of the market is just getting ready to enter into these suits, and I think it's just the beginning. The problem is, and I'm going to go back to what Dutch XRP said. Shane Sullivan, what's up, my brother? Queen's in the house. Liz, so I'm going to go back to what you said, Dutch XRP, and that is, right now, all this stuff, right? Because I know people are probably tired of hearing it. We all want to know what the outcome is going to be. But it goes right back to what Dutch XRP said. It all comes down to what Judge Torres does. And it really comes down to doing the right thing. What's up? Crypto Tales in the house. It all comes down to, will she do the right thing? And what is the right thing? At the very worst, and this is just, look, I'm not a financial advisor, but just listen to a guy who studied this market like a freaking nut job. Sometimes sitting up till 4 or 5 in the morning, looking at everything, absorbing everything, and then trying to get my own perspective or assessment of everything, right? At the end of the day, the only way, now if we lose, to me, that's the highest epitome, that's the highest level of continued corruption. You understand what I'm saying? If XRP was a right out lose, it would be the highest level of corruption ever. It'd be like FTX doing what it does, and then they let him slip through. They already redacted or they already knocked off several of his charges. Now, they're saying they're going to do it later, but literally about 5 of his charges were knocked off. The guy hasn't even seen the damn court. Like, he has, I mean, it's just crazy. But there's still some charges pending. We'll see how that plays out. It'd be like letting Do Kwon loose after what he did. It'd be like letting, you know what I'm saying? So for Judge Torres to come in and make this ruling, it would be like letting what Bill Hemming, the Hemming emails have shown, connections to China, Wang Chang, Ethereum, the phone call they made. I mean, damn it, bro. They literally, attacked as a whole. China, the US, the SEC, and Ethereum, they attacked Ripple. And they set out to play a long game of an attack against crypto. Vitalik Buterin, as a matter of fact, wanted to go after, basically he wanted to kill off crypto as a whole, anything and everything other than Ethereum. And there's so many things that ties into this, even to the fact of our you know, I hear this word, or this phrase where it says what's it called? Like when they call a traitor for our country's security, whatever. But you know, we're dancing with the devil. Our government officials are dancing with the devil. They're in bed with China. They want us to believe that it's not that way. Oh, national security. That's the word I was looking for. But what is national security if you're dancing with the devil? What is national security if the number 2 crypto in the world that you made a phone call to in the emails? We need to call Vitalik Buterin. We need to call and talk to him first. That country's controlled by China. I mean, that company's controlled by China. The Wang Yang company. The same company that funded Prometheum, which is supposed to be an American-based company. It's a freaking joke. We're sleeping with the enemy. It's a chess game to not only control, but to devastate the cryptocurrency industry here in the United States, to keep people in the United States, Americans. America is trying to keep their American people enslaved. Yeah, he's only doing 4 months. Isn't that a damn joke? Crypto is horrible. But the Americans are being enslaved by America. What happened is crypto allowed us to take a choice between the red and blue pill, and they saw so many people taking the red pill or whatever the hell. I can't remember what pill woke you up out of the was it the red or the blue pill? I can't remember. One of them made you go back to sleep, but they saw a lot of people waking up getting wealthy. And this attack is on the Matrix. They're like, what is it, the Sentinels or whatever the hell? What was that in the Matrix? The bad people. That's what the SEC is. They're trying to send the little Sentinel machines in there to kill everybody off and get everybody's butt back into the damn Matrix. That's literally, I mean, I know I'm using the analogy of a movie, but that's literally what's happening, guys. Right? So, like, it's hard for me to hear national security and this and that. And all. I mean, dude, there's no, this is all about money. It's the same thing we can probably attribute to a lot of the WARs that we fought in other countries saying we're trying to help the people, but it was about oil. It's always about money with these people. What's up, Six8Jay? What's up, Gone Blind? So, anyways, guys, let me move on. You know, I'm not gonna go through all these coins. Everything is pretty much the same, guys. Yeah, let's get back on track here. So, yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. This is John Deaton here saying there's 3 reasons why Judge Torres will address XRP in the secondary market. He's just trying to keep it 100. There's some people who've been questioning his. Some of the statements he's made, and he's being 100. He's telling people like, look, man, yeah, we could get, and it's kind of going back to what I was saying, we can have something called split the baby. And split the baby means they may find, because again, let's look at him and emails in its entirety, not biasly. In its entirety, it shows that there was some early XRP movement, by Ripple that could be deemed security-ish, I guess. The problem is that there was no clarity to what a damn security was, because if it was, here's the thing, here's a problem that I got with that. Number one, Judge Torres could rule that early sales were securities and secondary sales were not, therefore saying Ripple, because in the him and the emails, the way that it works is that a company can change from being a security to not a security, right? Which is what they said Ethereum was. It changed, right? Well, if it changed, then Ripple still wins, because even if it split the baby, you got early sales that are security potentially and secondary sales that are not. But I still question the early sales, because it goes back to what Brad, I guess my question is, what's admissible in court? If Brad Garlinghouse can say, I sat down with the SEC, with Bill Hemmon and their staff, which he shows, he got documentation of it, right? And I opened up the book and I was asking them, what do we need to do to be compliant? And we had a peaceful conversation. We said goodbye, we shook hands, and then they filed the lawsuit. How is that legally right if you don't warn someone about what the law and rules are? That's the problem that I got even with the beginning sales. Because Ripple wouldn't jeopardize their company over a security move when they put up $200 million for a lawsuit and they've got, and look, he said, we've got $1 billion in expendable revenue. It's not about that. I would look at the company as a whole if I was Judge Torres and say, okay, let me look at what kind of, is this a swap meet company? Is this a company that's got to stand on the side of the road? Is this a company that's trying to do things just on social media? Do they just have a website but no This is a first-class company with incredible, top-notch, first-class partnerships with a business model and utility that makes a huge difference around the world. Have you ever gone, and Judge Shores, I mean, look at the fact, have you ever gone and waited in line at Western Union or MoneyGram or Walmart trying to save money? The fact that you can send whether it's $7 or $7 million or $700 million within seconds for a fraction of nothing? Instead of trying to figure out if they're legit, I don't think there's a question of if Ripple's actions were legit or if they're a legit company. I think it's the fear that they have the answer. And that with that answer, if this lawsuit would have never happened, if Ripple would have been the number 2 coin in the world and would have been such a big monopoly because everyone would have looked, oh my God, we can't even match that. But what they did is they looked at the solution. They looked at the company with the answer. They felt threatened because they didn't own it. I mean, this goes back to even when you're a little kid. You ever see little kids go around and they snatch something from another little kid because they want it? I got my candy, but matter of fact, I think I have that right here. Let me show you something. I thought it was kind of funny. I'm gonna show you this little video, and it's a fun video, but it's basically, watch this. You'll laugh when you see it, but you can appreciate it as well. This is in a nutshell. Look at how this dog treats these other dogs, and in this thing it says, watch this. It says, what does it say? It says how politicians get rich. This is literally what happened, guys. Watch this. I want you guys to check this out. It's hilarious. This dog representing politicians at SEC, and all these other dogs are just trying to eat and make it. Watch this, and it's such a cute dog, but just watch the message in this. He takes other dog's food, which is crazy. He puts it in his bowl. He goes through and eats all the food quickly so the dogs can't get it. He wants to bite all their food. He drinks the water, but when he's done drinking the water, he wants to knock it all out of the bowl so they can't get none. And then walks away. And they're like, what the hell just happened to the water? I'm telling you, this is the craziest thing I've seen. This is the craziest thing I've seen. That dog is cute dog, but man, what a selfish little pup. Look at it. He eats drinks all the water and then splashes out like, y'all ain't getting none of this. Y'all can kiss my butt. Now y'all drink. What the freak? And that, guys, even though it's funny, that's literally what's happening right now with crypto. Because they didn't, what's that song by who was it? Was it not Justin Bieber? What's the guy's name? The guy with the young kid with the pretty voice. Oh gosh, not Justin Bieber. Anybody? Somebody help me. What's the guy who broke up out of the group? What's up, Isaiah 2:16? What's the guy's name? I'm gonna think about it so much I'm gonna lose my point. The singer, Caucasian singer, got moves like a brother. I mean, just raw. He could sing Michael Jackson songs, all kinds. He's just dope. Probably one of the dopest singers. I can't think of them. Not Justin Bieber, but the other guy, Justin Timberlake. I know it's Justin Timberlake. So Justin Timberlake, you guys remember that he had a song that was something like I'm too sexy for something. And he said, don't get mad because you didn't think about it. In this song, there's a lyric like he was saying, I'm too sexy for my hat, too sexy for my this, and then he was telling people don't get mad, like, because his song, it was such a simple song, but it became, Justin Timberlake, it became #1, and he's like, don't get mad because you didn't think of it. And that's literally what happened with Ripple and what's going on with everyone else. Ethereum came out to build so platforms could build in their ecosystem, all this different stuff, but Ripple came out specifically for something that had real world use case that solved a real world problem, and that's money transmittance around the world in lightning speed. And when they saw it, they tested it. This is the funny thing about it. Our government and many of these, China, all of them, they tested it. They got they instantly became jealous, going, "Oh my God, these son of a bees got something," and then they went out while Ripple was #2 in the world, they went out to destroy it. And that's literally what happened. And if a guy like me from Brooklyn, New York, a 6'8" ex-pro basketball player, business owner, father of 6, can sit here and figure this out. And yeah, I've made people might say I made a small fortune in crypto, in my time in crypto. But if somebody like me can figure it out, how can someone who's so brilliant, so freaking brilliant, like Judge Torres not see it? Why are we still waiting? That's my question. Why are we still waiting? Isaiah 2:16. Best place to get me some XRP. I would say right now probably KuCoin or MEXC. As far as if you're like kind of like quick and fast, but you can also go to Uphold. You can also go to I would say Uphold. If it's here in the U.S., I would say Uphold is the way you want to go. But MEXC Global and KuCoin also offer XRP. I'm not sure who else. I know there's some other countries that are, but so that's my question. Who was it? Dutch XRP was making that comment. That's literally my question. Why is it taking so long, Gone Blind? I was born in Brooklyn. Oh, you okay? I'm from Brownsville, Brooklyn, New York, the home of Biggie Smalls. My brother Gone Blind from Brooklyn as well. So, but you understand what I'm saying, Animal? Crypto Tales, you understand what I'm saying? Tales, Queen, Andrew T, Isaiah 216. You guys understand what I'm saying, Liz? Why is it taking this? This judge has an incredible background of doing the right thing. Why is it taking so long? She got those emails way before we did, right? And so now comes into what, and look, guys, BitTrue as well. But I thought BitTrue stopped offering services out here. So Dutch XRP, keeping it 100. That's right, truth spoken right here. Thank you, brother. So what it comes down to, guys, what I'm really trying to get to is why. That's the question everybody should be asking that right now. Not when we get an answer. Why haven't we gotten one? We've gone through so many things with this lawsuit. 2.5 years XRP lawsuit. We're looking to the left. They cause all this confusion on the right. Right 8 days before we get started. I'm going to have to tap on it again. Coinbase, Binance, all these coins are securities. Then meanwhile, Prometheum comes out of where, and all this stuff's going on, and somehow they're trying to confuse us to lose sight. It's kind of like this. The first thing they're trying to get us to forget is the FTX scandal, because that almost cursed. See that when that Brooklyn, who was that? We're going blind. Know what I'm talking about? That Brooklyn comes out. I almost born in Brooklyn, Jewish, between Troop and Thompson. Heart, the street. Okay, Jay-Z area. Oh, okay, my man. So, what was my train of thought here? I was saying something about, I lost my train of thought, but the point I'm trying to make is that why are we waiting? That's the question we have to ask ourselves. Why are we waiting? And when you start asking the why, it starts concerning me. Because everything that Judge Torres needs to know, she knows. Everything she needs to know, she knows. Now, me being a deep thinker that I am, I'm starting to wonder why she released the Hinman emails. Anybody with me on that? Comment if you understand what I'm saying. Why, Crypto Tales? Why, Queen? Liz, why did she release the email, Shane Sullivan? Gone Blind? Animal? Just somebody help me. Make a comment, please help me with this. Why did she release the emails? Dutch XRP? Can anybody help me with this? I'm asking you the question. Because I'm starting to question those motives. Why? Beekeeper69, Anthony Wanner. Can anybody, just come on now, you guys, everyone makes, they want to throw out, hey, what about this? And what about VTHO? And I got all those coins. But I'm asking you from family member to family member, why? Why did she release the emails? Has anybody thought about that? Because I think it's two parts to that equation. One, I'm with you there. Transparency. Okay, that could be one, Liz, and that's the first thing that I thought too. And that's the first thing that I want to believe, sis, and gone blind. But what if there's another part of that? To show the SEC will lose. Now, gone blind, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. And again, in life, you ever hear that thing where it says if it's too good to be true? Or a lot of times when you think a certain narrative is coming, how many times have all of us seen a curveball? The most obvious reason is for transparency. That's the most obvious reason for transparency. That should be the obvious thing, so that the people understand what's going on. I can't say that it helped the SEC, but what I'm told is there's more things that were done and more documents and emails that have not been released. Even John Deaton has said this. There's other things that we don't see. I think it could go two ways. Number one is transparency to the SEC. Can't they see the emails? Would have help the SEC? Yeah. So I think on one end you got transparency. That's obvious. I think on another end, you got to remember that the SEC saw these emails, and they probably saw a whole lot more than that. And they fought for them coming out for about, I think just so that they would have an even stronger case of beating Ripple. And then if I'm trying to think in the mind of a corrupted, evil situation. What if the emails were released so that we can throw somebody under the bus just to kind of give you a little bit of a win, right? Just a little bit of a win. When you say, okay, well, Bill Hinman is corrupted. He spoke on his own. I mean, that's literally what the email said. He was told not to do it, but he did it. He got 15 million. And there's some things that the email shows for sure, right? But is it enough specifically? Because there was not one specific thing in there that really, all in all, helped like a blindsided win to XRP. There's not one thing. There's things that made you question Bill Hinman, question the SEC, question their motives, questions that they're corrupted or not. But we know our government's corrupted. We know that people get paid off. We know that there's manipulation. They've been doing it with stocks and all these for years. So give them a little bit of what they already know. Let them validate ETHgate. Let them get so caught up with Prometheum, which is just so you got to understand how ridiculous Prometheum and all this stuff is. Let them make connections to China. Get them so involved in conspiracy theories and everything else that they can connect whatever dots. Get everybody together with that. But give them just enough to show that Judge Torres is fair. Give them just enough where it shows Judge Torres was trying to help the people. So we can see, hey, oh my gosh, she's such a great judge. So that way, if I'm thinking from an evil perspective mindset, with a game of chess that we can't even comprehend, let's say that the whole time they were going to rule against XRP no matter what. If you rule against XRP in a very dry, without using Vaseline, that's also like a real hardcore ruling, there would be I think a catastrophic. It would be chaos that would come across everything. I mean, chaos. I'm talking about to the extent where, I don't want to talk about what it could be. People would lose their minds. They would have lost so much money. It would have devastated America, and helped the narrative of. Because you got to understand, in that, if you say, well, why would they do that? Because even if the majority are devastated and crushed, they realize that crypto's not going anywhere. And it's not about the masses being destroyed. It's about the few that make it. You understand that? They're looking to put themselves in a position to be a part of the few that make it. They don't care if XRP goes to crap, because they're betting on Ethereum, they're betting on Bitcoin. They're not looking at Shiba and Doge. They don't care about none of that. They understand that by destroying the masses, it brings the market down. They can get a better position, and that will lead to tens of, if not hundreds of millions, if not billions. But in order to do it in a way, you need to lube up the decision a little bit. You need to lube up the results. You need to put a little Vaseline on it before, and I know that sounds a little weird, before you just ram it all in there and give the verdict. And I hate to say it that way. I'm not trying to be disgusting. I'm being transparent, and keeping it 100. So give them the him and emails. Let them feel like they got the judge on their side. And then the judge comes back with a very long, thought out SEC win. Maybe even make this thing go just like it's a way of you trying to hand a defeat just really, really easy over time. Now, again, I'm with you, Gone Blind. I'm just speaking out loud, guys. If you understood, no, I'm just saying, guys, look, if you understood my position, if you understood my investment in that, in XRP, if you even understood what I have invested, there's no reason for me to be negative or biased against that. I promise you, and I say this wholeheartedly, I probably got a bigger investment than everybody put together on this channel. I've got an insane investment in that company and many other crypto. And I don't say that to impress you, but to impress upon you, there's no reason for me to be talking negative about this company. None. I'm just trying to keep it 100. As a family member, I owe this, and you owe that to me. If there's something you know, I want to know. Don't hold it back because you're trying to protect my feelings. Let me know if you think something I'm in is a crap. James, I think Volt is, you know what, say it. I will only love you for trying to protect me. What's up, moms in the house? Janet Lopez. What's up, mom? Right? That's my mother-in-law, guys. Shouts out to moms. Frankie Legend in the house. But I'm trying to think about this in the aspect of questioning, why are we still waiting? Because people can come in and comment and go, well, because it's a hard decision. Bullshit. What's a hard decision? Please explain to me what's hard. She saw the him and emails way before we did. They've had those him and emails from day one. I promise you that. It's not even about that. My question is, why are we waiting for a summary judgment still? I don't understand it. There's no reason. If you look at how this judge has handled other cases, it doesn't take this long. Now, why would that happen? Do you guys think that the government can't squeeze somebody's arm? Do you think the government can't go in there and say, hey, if you want to keep this job, if you want any kind of future in the Supreme Court, whatever the next level is, like there's rumors that Elizabeth Warren promised Gary Gensler a job as secretary if he destroys crypto in America. This is not me. It's publicated. This is publicated information. That Gary Gensler was offered or guaranteed a job if he can destroy crypto in America. This has been going on, guys, since the very beginning when XRP was number 2. Now, I say all that not to be negative because I can get back on the positive side. I can flip right back to the positive. Maybe she's just taking time because she's just taking time. Maybe she wants people to really just embrace the him and emails. Maybe she's trying to draw this out so it gives a little bit more oomph, because here's my personal opinion, guys. Look. I feel this, Tail says, I feel like this whole thing was planned out and there's a set time for XRP. No, I agree. Yeah. I don't think America's decision, let me say this, let me go from a different point. I don't think America's decision destroys Ripple or XRP. Because if a company was in a do or die situation based off this lawsuit, they wouldn't have gone out there and spent $250 million on Medico. They wouldn't be going out there hiring some of the most brilliant minds in the world. They got some of the most profound business partnerships around the world globally, just not here in the United States, because their own country is not supporting them. Their own country is like this. Let me get Tails, and I know you can understand this. It's like Crypto Tails coming out with a song sounding, and I've heard this about the music industry, sounding just as good, if not better than Drake. He's got a whole album that just destroys all of Drake's songs. Do you know that in the music industry, they can take someone like Tails and take his music, they will sign him to that same label and shelf him so that he doesn't destroy their golden boy. Did you know that? I used to own a music studio here in California, a huge one, a nice one in our area that we were in. The biggest studio at that time in that area. And we had so many deals going on. We were flying around, all this stuff. Me and my wife part of all that. But as I was making these partnerships and sitting there in certain positions with certain, and I would hear these stories, it's like I met people who were shelved. They're like, man, look, I had fire back and they shelved me and destroyed my. So they'll pay you a little something, sign with them, and they will destroy you if they had somebody that sound just like Whitney Houston when Whitney Houston came. You don't think the company could have signed them and shelved that lady? If you come out and you're just as hot as Mariah Carey at that time, or if you're a country singer that was going to do some kind of harm to Kenny Rogers, and you sound just, they could sign you and shelf your butt so your music could never come out. It happens all the time. Am I right, Tails, or am I right? Well, you're right, Tails. Ripple could just leave the U.S., and they probably would if they got a write-out loss. Now, do I think they'll lose? No. I think it would be, listen, let me say it like this. I would not want to be the most hated person in America. You understand what I'm saying? I think because, look, crypto in America is huge. And you got some powerful people that are in crypto. Could you imagine if Judge Torres, with all the things that should, now it's different if she gave a judgment, a loss to a Ripple and XRP, if they actually did something incriminating, like manipulation, this and that. I mean, if they literally meant to go out there and do wrong, then a loss would be a loss, and she would be praised for her ability to come up with the right ruling, right? But in this case, and so now I want to go back to this, Tails. The reason that I would bet that she's not corrupted, I'm betting on Judge Torres. I want you guys to hear me on this, because I gave you the bad part, the negative part. The reason that I think she's not being influenced or corrupted, because here's the thing. Even though that conspiracy theory that I said about letting it out for an easy loss, on the flipping of that, we're in a country that doesn't have to explain nothing. You guys understand? It's like Gary Gensler sitting in front of the committee. Yeah, is Ethereum a security? I think I got a booger on my nose. Right? I mean, he didn't answer nothing. It was that ridiculous. So my thing is, if you're in a country that's led by thugs, Gary Gensler is a freaking thug. Elizabeth Warren is a thug. Well, if you've been a thug the whole time and everything you do is so belligerently gangster in everything that you do, Bill Hemming getting paid, in bed with China, you come out with Prometheum and put him in front of Congress, everybody's like, whoa, what the hell? Those are some thuggish moves. Those are some gangster moves. You need to understand that. That's my point, Tails. She wouldn't have made the emails public. And the reason that I say that is because if they're being such gangsters, you don't got to give the American people nothing. You ain't doing it. You ain't done it thus far with explaining why Vitalik Buterin, you got on a phone call with him to figure out if they're security. Now, like everything they've done has been so gangster, even in the way that he sat in front of the committee not saying nothing. So if they got that gangster FU mentality, then, and if they had some kind of hold on Judge Torres, then in my opinion, they would have never allowed the emails to come out. That's why I stay bullish on XRP and Ripple. Because why cause confusion when you could have just gave us a verdict? Why give people hope or show a conspiracy of corruption when you could have just ended it and nobody, ETHgate would have just been a damn another conspiracy theory. Oh, ETHgate, well, I think that's what it was. Maybe it wasn't. Shoot, I don't know. Right? We don't know. But when you let the Hemming emails, it's like, whoa, hold on now. Right? Hold on now. Wait a minute. Why do you give people something that shows? So I lean towards the masses. And so when I was talking earlier, is to give you guys both perspectives, because we keep it 100 here. That's what we do, right? But your boy 6-8Jay, I am leaning towards a positive outcome. Why? Because of that very thing that Tails just said. We're tired of it. Here's what's so funny about this whole thing. You guys ready for this? Why do we even have to waste the hour that we've wasted right now talking about this crap? How come this could have been, what's up, guys? It's your boy James 6-8Jay. We won! Party time! See you in Las Vegas. We're going out there. I mean, how come we couldn't have that? Do you not think as American people, the same people that just went through a devastating, when we lost family and friends with COVID-19, do you not think, with all the crap that we've gone through with FTX and Celsius and Luna, do you not think the American people, the people around the world, deserve a victory? I do. I do. And I think the greatest thing that she could ever do is rule on behalf of Ripple. Because I think at that moment, she becomes a hero to so many, a celebrity beyond celebrity, probably one of the most respected and loved persons in America, period. She will go down in history as a person who forever changed the narrative of we will stand tall. We will not let corruption dictate the future of our people. Justice will prevail. That's what she would be. And I think at this point, we actually need that. Would you guys agree with that? Would you agree with that? I agree with. Damn it. Tells, let them know how we feel. Woo!
Like it is. Got them switching gears.
Yeah.
Ferrari with the tens. On some bullet shit. Stop crying, start buying, getting bags. I ain't lying. Money multiplying.
We're the Crypto4Life family. We gonna win this thing. But I always gotta keep it 100. My family, love y'all 100. Woo!
Call it rocket science.
Yeah.
I'm tired of this crypto control. You already know. Basing let money go.
Hey.
Swimming in the dough. SEC gets exposed.
Don't get it twisted.
The day we gon' blow. I'll be better off.
Woo.
Selling at a loss.
Yep.
Not caring what it costs. Buying when it drop. Waiting for the flip flop to the tip top. While you watching TikToks on my new wristwatch. Hit the Vegas crypto meter. Hello, nice to meet you. Shower DAI like we do it on the
Y'all was like, damn, Six8Jay, you scared us the way you started the show. But see, guys, I really thought long and hard about how I wanted to have this show, because I don't want to be one of those guys, one of those channels that they just get on and we're going to 1 million. I looked at so many articles, so many tweets on Twitter, and everything like, we're going to this. It's over. We've won. It's this and that. We've got the ruling. No, we haven't. And I'm not going to be that guy. So I'm always going to keep it 100, but at the end, know that and I think it's so important for people to explain why they feel a certain way. I'm not going to just give you the good. I'm going to give you the good, the concerning, the possibility, all everything. Even when I talked about Crow earlier, and there's an article saying possible insight trading. I'm going to tell you like it is, even if it could hurt my own holdings. Because at the end of the day, I can live with a loss, but I can't live with being phony. You understand what I'm saying? So the outcome for me, guys. Thank you so much, Liz. I appreciate you. Lord Jackson in the house. At the end of the day, I am, I feel that this is going to be one of the greatest moments in the history of mankind. And you know what? It's crazy because, like I said, when I look at Judge Torres, I question why it's taken so long. But I also understand she has to understand the importance of being one of the most hated people in the world and being part of a system that has literally hurt my heart to the point where it's made me embarrassed to say that I'm American. It's made me even contemplate sitting down with my wife, hey, what do you think about leaving this country? Like, I'm just being honest. My wife is watching this. I'm being 100 with you guys. Like, it's an embarrassment to see our people who've in this country that's always been deemed the greatest place in the world to live. But to see weasel. See, Gary Gensler shouldn't be a representation of America. Gary Gensler should be a representation of the little man complex weasel that he is. The same weasel that tried to get a job with Binance and got turned down. The same weasel that asked to, I think he had something where he was asking to be like an advisor for Ripple. The same weasel he's a weasel and a greedy, hungry individual like Elizabeth Warren that gets together because she is used to the old ways. She's an old woman, used to old ways of thinking. She wants her money to shine. You understand people who got big money from corruption and manipulate, crypto is a threat to them. She's one of those old school Americans that just wants to keep things the same way. Damn it, I want to keep the A-track cassette. She probably got pissed off when we went to CDs. What? CDs are old now too? Damn it. I'm being facetious. I'm being a little facetious. The point I'm making is the good old American ones, the good old boys or good old women of this country that have utilized the power that they have to manipulate and get wealthy in a system where no one can question their moves or their motives. No one can. As long as we stay in a matrix and we go to work and we trade time for money and raise our kids and get our little breadcrumbs, as long as they can get wealthy and they can pass it on generation to generations to generations, they'll let the few win. The big boys, because the big boys cut checks. JP Morgan's, BlackRock, even China in this equation. because they're part of the good old boys right here in the good old United States of America. And that's what happens when you have these old mindsets with old rules of what is security, old rules that date back before many people were born. Old rules, old way of thinking. They don't want change. They don't like change. Because change may mean they can't manipulate things as easy as they used to. So I think what we're dealing with is just a really effed up game of manipulative chess played by thugs and criminals. And Gary Gensler is nothing more than a pawn, but he is a very well-protected pawn, which is why he can get in front of the committee and talk the crap, or better yet, not answer much of anything as he done. But it comes out and attacks innovation, the future, and the ability for people to stand up and fight for their family and do things and take their hard-earned money and invest in a better tomorrow. But that defies the laws of their matrix that they built, and they don't like it. And that's why XRP lawsuit happened. Because XRP, what they have is amazing. It's ingenious. It is the future of transfer money around the world. And they saw it, they tested it, and they felt threatened. And instead of, like this dog here, go back to this dog, instead of just letting everybody eat and drink, they wanted to control it. If you guys didn't see it, let's check it out again. This is the SEC with the American people. I want it all. I want all the food. And when I get through drinking, when I get through manipulating, I'm going to splash all the water out so y'all son of a bitch don't get anything. Oh my God, what a funny video, guys. I'm sorry. I saw that and I said, good Lord. And it wasn't just my narrative on what I saw. It says it right here. How politicians get rich. Shuts out. How politicians get rich, huh? Anyways, guys, hey, it's been real. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for hearing me rad and rage and everything else. If you guys have anything that you want me to cover, go into our group. Let JC and many other mods know if there's a coin you want me to cover. I'm very open to different projects. Get with JC, get with Bullish Big D, get with any mod. Oh, but by the way, is there anyone that's here that's a mod in the group that's not been shown as a mod on the live stream? Let's take a moment, just a couple of moments. Is there anybody that I have not shown, because I have the ability to do that now? Is there anyone that's not showing as a mod? Let me see. Let me see here. Oh, I have to do it on my phone. Is there anyone? If so, make a comment here, because I need to see if there's any mods that I forgot to add in. Let's see you guys. If you're a mod and you're still not showing up as a mod on the channel, let me know right now. I can change it right now before I end the stream. Okay, I think Liz, you might be one. Okay, me. Okay, so Liz. Okay, so. Okay, so Liz, you should be now. Okay, Liz, make a comment right now, Liz. Let me see. Anybody else? I see Liz. Is there anybody else before we go that's a mod in the group that's not a mod here? Let me see. If anybody, Animal, if you want to be a mod, Liz, can you make a comment so I can see if you became a mod? Absolutely, yeah, Animal, if you want to be a mod in the group, my brother, all you have to do is reach out to one of the mods like JC Liz, and then connect with them. And if they give approval for you to be a mod, I'll definitely make you a mod. No problem. Thank you for. Okay, yes, she has a wrench now. Okay, so Liz is a mod. Okay, so Liz there. Make sure you guys smash and hit the likes. Right now, I'm talking about any pre-existing. If you want to be a mod, just go into our group. Get with JC, who's our lead mod administrator, Liz, or any of the mods there. Let them know you want to be a mod and why, and we'll make you. We'll definitely. Liz is a mod. Liz is a mod. Yeah, so Liz is a mod now. Yeah, for sure. If there's anybody else that I missed, please let me know, because I know there's probably some people that I'm missing here. How about who else was it? It's Tails a mod, isn't he? I think Tails is a mod. Tails, I think you're a mod too, Tails. In the group, if I'm not mistaken, unless I'm wrong. Laurel Jack is one. I can't remember who else was mods in the group. Is Tails a mod in the group? I hate to take time to do this, but I got to do it because I always think about it and it's like last minute. Crypto Tails. I can't remember Tails. Are you a mod in the group, Tails? Is there anybody else that I'm missing? Laurel Jack. I think I got Laurel Jack up there. Dale. Oh, did I have Dale up there? What about... yeah, Tails is a mod too. Shoot. Okay, so Tails. If I forget anybody, make sure you let me know. I just switched Tails over too. Is there anybody else? Before I forget here. All right, guys. With that being said, I appreciate each and every one of you guys. Thank you so much. If there's anybody else, please let me know. And we will. I'm a mod. Lord Jack. Oh, okay. Yeah, you got the wrench already, so you're good to go. All right, guys. Hey, appreciate you guys. We'll be back on live tomorrow at 9 a.m. Thank you so much. Have an amazing, amazing day. We'll talk to you guys soon, and let's hope we hear from George Torres. It's your boy James, aka Six8Jay. Until next time, peace.